morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Spirits, Mediums, and Things That Go Bump in the Night. And, sorry, and this is my best friend, Tony.
Hi,
And she's co-host with me.
as I love to do.
And for those of you that don't know me, I'm Gloria Warner, and parentheses, Nye.
She's a medium.
I'm a medium, and she's a medium, but she doesn't really realize that she's as medium as you are.
Okay. That sounded like, okay, honey.
But
what are we going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about the light bearers.
Okay, but do the people know what a light bearer is?
No, they do not.
Would you explain it to us?
Oh, I would be happy to explain it to everybody. If you're watching the show, you're a light bearer. And why do I say that? It's because I've asked the universe, send me only the light bearers, and send me only the light bearers that are ready and willing to do their work. And today's show is really, really important because there are a lot of people out there that want to do something and know that they're here for a reason, but they don't know why they're here.
I can understand that, yeah.
And so this meditation works. And I'm not talking about the meditation where you have to think of things for hours. I'm talking about the meditation that may take 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
All right.
That is going to have an impact on lives.
Yeah, but when you talk about impact, what kind of impact are you talking about?
Energy.
So you're talking that they'll have energy.
Clearing energy. We're physically made up of parts of the earth, correct?
Right.
Okay. And then those parts that animate this is what I call God, or it's like that God-like energy that animates.
Okay, I understand that.
Okay. Now, if you can consider that maybe energy of hate, rage, shame, guilt, grief, fear, loss, depression, it's all energy, right?
Right.
Well, scientists have proven that those base energies have a tendency of slowing down the natural energy of each cell.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You got that?
I got it.
Okay. So, suppressed rage, that's that anger that just wants you to get that pound of flesh from the person that may have hurt you, that it's like right there, that will eventually manifest as disease. Suppressed rage vibrates at the same rate as cancer, as cancer cells. Why? Because each and every single cell in your body has a little tiny aura that surrounds that cell. It's a light energy.
All right.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay. Now, that energy kind of embeds itself in this,
Yeah.
in that, in that, in this.
All right.
Okay. You ever walk into a room and you wanted to immediately walk out of that room?
Many times.
You ever meet somebody that you don't know why you don't like them?
Oh, absolutely.
And have you ever tried to overlook your initial impressions about someone and then find out that you were right about that person,
Yes.
the first impressions?
Yes.
Well, what you just did is you tapped in unconsciously or unconsciously is you're out, right? Subconsciously.
Okay. Go on, darling.
Okay. So subconsciously you tapped into that field without realizing that you were doing it. Does that make sense?
Yes, but I also find that people that, say for example, I went to high school with,
Okay.
and I never liked them.
Right.
And so many years later, I see not that person, but but the person I see looks like that person. So it's like back in my head, I expect them to be like the person I didn't like.
Well, you know what? That is very good that you've come up with that. You
Well, it's
must be psychic.
Well, it's true because a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah, but you know what? You're right. The thing is, you're right, because there is something about the person you just met,
Yeah.
right, that triggers a memory of that energy that you've just tapped into with the person you've just met that is like the person that you knew.
Yes,
Does that make sense?
it makes sense.
Okay, so it's like when trigger points or trigger tabs come up, they're talking to you. There is something about that individual or that situation, okay, that needs to be healed
For me or for them?
for you,
Okay.
because you're the one that's feeling it. But on the other token, I've never really asked the person that I didn't like, hey, do you feel the same way about me, that I can't stand your guts? I don't do that.
I know you don't.
You know.
I do that.
Well, hello. Do you hate me as much as I hate you?
Yes.
I don't know why I don't like you, but I don't. It has nothing to do.
It would be interesting to have that kind of talk with somebody. I mean, really honest.
Wouldn't it? Yeah.
would be very
to sit
honest.
down with them and want to blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
and then they're going to look at you like, I thought you were fruitcake in high school, and I see that
You
you
still
have
are.
turned into a fruitcake.
Right. I mean, I would love to have that honest conversation with someone.
It would be good, wouldn't it?
It would be very good.
But it would not be helpful, because that person would immediately go on the defensive.
Of course.
Okay, which leads me to this. What if I could give someone, who's now sitting right there next to you, you can almost feel, you have to be careful, you just touched their lap.
Okay.
Who's sitting here that would love to know how to change things or change emotional reaction to things. Wouldn't that be powerful?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Now, I've talked in the past about the aura. The aura is that electromagnetic field of energy. Sounds neat, huh? It makes me sound good. See? Rather than saying, the aura, that field of energy that very few people see, but it's an electromagnetic field of energy. Now it makes it right.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Now that it's been proven by scientists in the laboratory with the equipment that they finally gotten smart enough to come up with, it makes it real. Even though if you go back to ancient churches that have, in the 1500s, that have these beautiful stained glass windows that have this aura around the saints, around Jesus.
Yeah.
How would they have known that? Do you think that the person coming up with this wanted to differentiate between Jesus and the bad guy? Or, Jesus and the regular people? They had to show that they were different, right?
Which gives you that glow.
That gives you, oh, thank you.
Here. It's the new makeup you're wearing. Go ahead.
Yes, I glow.
You glow.
Okay. Now, what if I can help our viewers know how to change their glow?
I think it'd be great.
Wouldn't it be neat?
Yeah.
Okay. So what if you become how to do this for our viewer?
All right.
Okay. So this way, if our viewer is, let's see, you're supposed to ask me now, how will this help them?
Gloria, how will this help them?
I'm glad you asked that question.
Thank you.
Okay. The reason why is what you hold inside.
Yeah.
Fear, anxiety, shame, guilt, grief, all those emotions.
Yeah.
Those, if you want to bring in light, love, joy, abundance, then you have to change. Remember, it's a magnet, your auric field, that whatever you believe, whether it's negative or whether it's positive, is what you're going to draw to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when you change your aura by your
Yeah.
thoughts,
Yeah.
you're changing what you're magnetizing into your life
So you're actually bringing the positive into your life
consciously.
consciously.
That's the thing. Consciously, you're changing things.
But you have to remember, there are some people who stay in the negative.
Then, because they want to. When you stay consciously in the negative, anything that does not bring with it light, love, joy, peace, healing, freedom, whatever, forgiveness, is not from God.
But what if these people are dealing on fear?
It does not come from God.
Okay.
They fear. Do you know what the actual opposite of love is?
Hate.
Fear.
Oh, fear.
Fear.
Okay.
Fear generates hate,
All right.
but it's fear. Every negative aspect deals with fear. So,
Well, but is it fear of the unknown?
fear of the unknown, fear of if they've got more than me, then that means they'll be more powerful than me.
But then you're a people pleaser.
Fear that if I'm not a people pleaser, they will dislike me and I will not be allowed to join in with the group.
So they can't individually live their life.
Exactly, because they're living in fear, fear being what happened in the past is going to happen in the
Again.
present again, or in the future. So they're living in whatever took place in the past must and has to happen in the future. So they're always not living in the moment. And that's why they'll say, oh my God, I can't believe how much time has passed. Because they were not living, they're not enjoying the moment, the
No.
present. Because they're so caught up in what has taken place.
And they might live in guilt.
They may live in guilt. Exactly.
If they live in guilt,
They're living in the past.
right. And they're afraid
Of what?
again that there's fear.
Exactly.
They're afraid to go forward because the same thing might happen to them again.
Again. And you know what? Whatever they focus, the power of universal mind here inside, whatever the thoughts they have taps into that source,
Yeah.
God. They're just tapping into the most powerful source in the universe that is saying, really? Is that what you want? I would think that if you could have everything that you could possibly want, why would you want the negative? I'll do for you, though, what you want. I'll create the negative.
But because they're afraid to take a chance of a good positive change,
Right?
because they have up the walls, they have their freedom, they have everything to protect them.
Yeah, but they're not happy.
No,
That's the
they're not
key.
happy.
They're not. If
No.
you're not happy,
No,
you're living in fear.
right.
You're living in that fear, that wall.
That wall. Some people have a fear of success. Some people have a fear of birds. Some people have all these fears. Stop it. So it's fear and you know, they just don't want that to happen again.
Right,
So it means that they don't trust themselves with the power,
exactly.
right?
And yet this visualization, it's a visualization meditation that doesn't take long, that once you get it, takes 7 seconds to do it.
Well, let's do it.
You want to do it?
I want to do it.
Are you sure?
Of course, I'm sure. I'm your guinea pig.
Okay, but the other really neat thing about this is each light bearer doing it is going to have a profound effect, not only on their body, but on their family, on their neighborhood, the state, their country, the world. One light bearer,
Oh, come on.
one light bearer can change the whole world. Jesus.
It's pretty
Jesus
heavy.
Christ. His words were, all these things and more can you do if you believe.
All
See,
right.
I'm getting goosebumps right now. So that's confirmation, validation.
Okay.
Okay. So if Jesus wasn't saying just me, he used the word, the pronoun you.
All right.
If you, okay, who's you? That's us. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So one person can have a profound effect on a whole planet. Saint Mother Teresa.
Yeah, I know she just became a saint.
One
Yeah.
person changed the face of how people believed in India.
True.
One person alone. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's good validation.
Isn't that good?
That's very good.
You know, so it's like if one person can have that much of an effect, doesn't mean you have to be a saint. You just have to believe.
All right.
Okay? So I'm going to sit up.
Do you want me to sit up too?
No, you relax.
I'm relaxed.
Okay, put your feet flat on the floor though. Okay. The reason why you put your feet flat on the floor is to ground your energy, masculine, feminine. Okay? You don't have to know that. You just put your feet flat on the floor. Okay? So now I'm going to do it with you, and I'm going to do it in such a way so that somebody, a light bearer watching, can go right to this spot and can do it just by listening to my voice.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
All right, so it's easiest if you close your eyes,
Okay.
because then you have to focus within,
Okay. You'll
rather
tell me when
than
to open
everything
my
that's
eyes?
going on, huh?
You'll tell me when to open my eyes?
Oh, yes. Okay, ready?
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, so I'm going to call in my group to begin with.
Okay.
All right, now if you'll close your eyes. All right, so, Teshwa, Kuan Yin, Sophia, Namaste. Infinite intelligence, Mother, Father, God. I ask for Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Uriel to surround us in a gold pillar of light. And as you feel that light just circling around you, just imagine now what it would feel like to be in the center of that. You might feel tingles, you might feel chills, just might have a heightened sense that there is something, someone greater than you that's in the room with you now because you called them in. Now imagine that light, that gold pillar of light totally around us, it being mirrored. Okay, so you're totally protected. Now, imagine what it would be like to have gold light just descending down over us and through us. The crown chakra, the top part of your head right now, is opening up. Just imagine what it would feel like to open up the top part of your head and that gold light pouring in, filling up your whole head with light. And as it fills your whole head up with light, everything that's dark, that's negative, sorrow, pain, grief, fear, lack, hatred, anxiety is now lifting up. It has to. Lifts up out of your head, going straight up to infinity, to the deepest, sweetest part of the light. Just feel it now. Your head may feel lighter. It just may feel like something is changing. And as all those fragmented pieces, other pieces of other people, lifting out of your head, that wherever there's an opening now, light is coming in, filling you up. And that gold light moves down through your neck, over your body, over your arms, going down and through your fingertips. Gold light is pouring out of you. And now that gold light is pouring into your heart, your lungs, going through your whole body. Every single cell in your body is starting to vibrate at that higher heart frequency of the Creator, God. Now moving through you, going all the way down the base of your spine, moving through your thighs, your knees, going all the way down your legs to your ankles and out your feet. And now imagine your feet having roots, thick roots, going straight down. Remember, you're made up of everything physically of the earth itself. So those roots are going straight down to the heart of Mother Earth. And now all that gold energy, whatever is negative, is moving, is being pushed down with that gold light into the earth, all the way to the center, going, pouring in, pouring in. Now just for a few seconds, feel what it might feel like to you if you no longer were in pain. Emotional pain, physical pain, spiritual pain. What would it feel like? It would feel light, joy, peace, healing, freedom, forgiveness. That's how God operates. Freedom, forgiveness, total love. That no matter who you are loved profoundly by the Creator. And no matter what you've ever done or thought of doing that was negative, would never keep the Creator from forgiving or from loving you. Again, just feel that light. Now, imagine that light from your heart center. Remember, that gold light has moved through your whole body. From your heart center now, imagine that light moving out, filling up your whole house. That whoever lives in that house or whoever lived in that house, whether it be an animal, whether it be someone, they are all being touched by that gold light. They don't even know why they're feeling better, but they are. Whether that person has crossed, whether that person is still here, whether that person hurt you, you are touching on God within that person, and it is changing that person in a profound, deep way. They won't even know why they're feeling better. They just know that they are. Now imagine that light extending from your heart center again, moving out to where you work, wherever it is that you work, or wherever you frequent. That gold light is going to that spot and is affecting every single person where you go or where you work. It's affecting even the building itself, the land around it. Now imagine that light, that powerful light that has no end, only beginnings, that keeps moving out, totally filling up your whole city. The whole city now is being affected. You are changing every single block, you're changing every single person. Wherever there's negativity, anything dark is now being touched by that light. Now feel it moving out from the city and touching the state. And from the state, feel it moving the earth, so that the whole earth, if you are standing away from the earth, looking on the earth, you're seeing wherever there are dark patches of blackness, of rage, of hate, of shame, of guilt, of grief, of fear, of loss, it is now being changed from black to gray to lighter gray. From lighter gray, it's moving now to bright white light. And from that bright white light, it's God. It's turning gold. So as you're looking at the earth, it's changing into a gold planet. And that gold light now is going to the moon and totally surrounding the moon, to the sun, and now touching every single planet in this solar system. And as it moves out to the very ends of the solar system, it is an invitation out to all those in other solar systems to see that we are the prime example of God made manifest in this universe. We are opening ourselves up to God within. So right now, again, feel that gold light filling us up, that wherever there is darkness that's creating disease or pain, be a laser. Let that heart-centered God laser into that place of pain and disintegrating the pain, changing it, evolving it into light, love, joy, peace, healing, freedom, forgiveness. And now thank the angels. Thank you, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Uriel. Thank you for allowing us to be in our God-centered selves today and every day. And now, come back into this moment. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, but there's no hurry.
This is the longest I've sat still.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Just in this one moment, for every person that does this, it is changing the face of their enemy, or those they thought were their enemies, but who were their master teachers. It's changing the very face of the earth.
That's pretty amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
Because dis-ease is our body's way of showing us where we've held on to negative emotions. Energy can't be destroyed, but it can be transmuted, it can be changed, evolved. So with focused thought, you can change the very face of the earth. And it'll always be changed to its most highest aspect of itself. It has to. It cannot not be changed.
I know I have a question there. But
How did you feel?
how did I feel?
Yeah, how did you feel?
Well, even though, I mean, we have our lights around us here in the studio and that.
Gives us that natural glow.
Well, yeah, it does.
This is Estee Lauder.
Look.
Look.
No, it was like there was, when my eyes were closed, it was more like a gold light than this white light around us.
Right.
But I know my toes kept going. It's like the energy within me, something's got to move.
Yeah.
And I felt my toes just going.
Yeah, like a tingly.
Yeah.
Or like if your toes are asleep type of feeling.
Well, yeah, and I couldn't stop them.
Right. And for those people that don't really feel this, okay, they're holding on to a whole lot of blocks.
But see, when you talk it through,
Right.
when you go from step to step to step,
Right.
that helps you go through the process.
Right. But there are those people who'll say, I didn't feel a thing.
Yeah.
But on the same token, do they ever feel their hearts? You see what I mean?
But there might be a.
But
yeah.
this, I guess the reason why I'm saying that is to let people know that if you didn't feel anything in that moment, try again.
Yeah.
Eventually, all of a sudden, you're going to have that aha. What do they call that aha moment?
The aha moment when you finally get it.
Yeah. Well, no, I know. I know an aha, but there's another word for it. It's like that moment where you totally get it. It's like you.
Honey, I can't think of any other word but
Aha.
aha.
How about ha-ah? You get it. It's like.
Well, I
it,
think
it changes.
Well, I think in order for you to go and get it, you have to feel it.
Right. But what I'm saying is there will be some people out there,
Yeah.
that are going, this is a bunch of hooey.
Right.
It isn't. It isn't. It's not hooey.
But those are the people who are frozen in their life.
Exactly, frozen.
They're frozen
They
in their
can't.
life.
They can't feel. They
No.
can't feel. That's why it's like prisoners. I mean, those people that have done things that have hurt other people, they're frozen. And the only way that they feel alive is through pain. Pain that they've done to somebody else or whatever. This can help them to feel without hurting other people.
True.
Okay, this is geared to if you want to heal, if you want to reclaim that which was taken from you. Innocence, love, joy. Those people that never knew love.
Right.
This brings love into their life. It brings light into their life.
But are they going to forgive themselves if they do feel bad for?
And you know what? That's interesting. Thank you for saying that. You're right. The hardest thing for anybody to get over is forgiving themselves for the things that they've done. Jesus, let he who is without sin throw the first stone.
Right.
We're here because it's a teaching school.
Yeah.
Okay. Whether we're the teachers or whether we're the students, we're going to make mistakes. Okay. So you can beat yourself up, stay victims,
Right.
or you can finally say, I'm not going to be a victim anymore, and neither am I going to be a perpetrator anymore. Because anything that brings with that creates darkness is not from God, is from the dark.
Right.
Anything that brings with it shame, guilt, anything that brings with all the biggies, let's see, rape, incest, manipulation, control, arrogance. Anything that brings with it that kind of stuff is something dark that has attached.
True.
And how do they attach? Drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Anything where you're totally knocked out, inebriated, you're out through major accidents.
Well, yeah, because your body is open for the dark to come in.
Exactly. And when they come in, then you're hearing those thoughts, feelings, emotions on your own, and you believe that these are your thoughts.
Right.
But they're not. They're actually the thoughts of someone or something else that has crossed that is using your body to get their wants.
True.
And so when you're doing this, you can help clear out, because I'll tell you right now, when you're doing light and you're accessing God within, the last thing it wants is for you to access that. So you might get, while you're doing the visual, you may get other bad thoughts. Oh, this is stupid, this is no good, whatever. When that happens, thank it for having the courage to making itself known to you.
Right.
Talk to it. Haha, thank you. I know you're not of light. And so I'm going to ask the archangels now to help you get home to the light. Look up. Time for you to go home.
Yeah.
Sounds crazy, wacky, but you know what? It's not.
No, and there are a lot of people out there who, like you said at the beginning of the show, feel that a lot of this is not real or hooey or whatever it may be. But I think once you get in touch with the universe and you get in touch with, okay, I don't like this part of me and I want to change this part. And I think you reach that when you become a certain age where you go, wait a minute, this is a repeat.
Yeah.
This is a repeat, and I play the same game, and the old ways aren't working, and I need to cross over to something lighter. For people to get to that point, I think is a lot of work for them.
What do you suggest?
Whoa.
What do you
Honey,
suggest?
you have all the answers.
No, I don't. I've gotten a lot of my answers from you.
Oh, thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
I think that because of whatever happened to them in their past, and perhaps they're afraid of getting hurt again,
Hmm.
to kind of trust themselves,
And how would you suggest it? How do you suggest somebody learns how to trust themselves? Just wanting to get it from your point of view.
to trust themselves, I think you have to listen to your feelings inside. And I think that you have to,
But what if the feelings are negative?
if the feelings are negative, the only avenue you have is your eyes. You watch whatever it is, whether it's a person, whatever, you watch and see when you're around them how they conduct themselves. Are they really nice? Are they that? Is it fake? Is it real?
Hmm.
And if you have a feeling that, okay, they're really a nice person, and perhaps they have baggage, you have baggage,
Hmm.
okay, that can go by the wayside because you want to make that change. So you've got to trust your feelings. Does that make sense?
Totally.
You have to trust your feelings to take a chance on that.
That must have really helped you out when you were in business in Manhattan.
I can read people. I can read good and bad people in a heartbeat.
Well, it helped. I mean, you would have needed to have that
But that,
ability in the work you were doing. I
but
mean,
it's a survival instinct. I know good people.
hmm.
They may go and deflect. They may have walls and walls and walls, but I can look through that and see the good person. I don't waste my time when I don't see that side of it. So it's a survival mechanism.
How did you do that? How did you, like you were in an industry where people always have masks. I
Well,
mean,
because I was
this
in
is
the
models, right?
models, actors, actresses, but I was also on that side of the fence, and I know what I did.
Right.
So I could hear a tone in the voice. Like if I'm on the phone and you don't ask me the right questions,
Mm-hmm.
then you really don't care. If it had to do with a job, say I was booking a model for a very important job, and if she didn't ask me the right questions, I would take her off the booking because my gut feeling was she doesn't want to do it.
So your gut, that's the normal verbiage for somebody who doesn't really realize in all of this, right?
Right.
Your gut.
Yeah.
The gut said there's something either right about this or there's
Right.
something not so right about
But
it.
on the other hand, I would have somebody walk into my door
Mm-hmm.
who really, really, really wanted,
Yeah.
but didn't have the training, but that want. And I would take them under my wing.
Right.
I would show them and bring out in them the best.
See, that's why I like you so much.
I thought you loved me.
Oh, well, I do. You're my sister from a different mother.
That's true. No, but that one with that drive.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, for survival instincts, I have always had to be able to know the person. Will I put myself, okay, bring it back personal?
Hmm.
I'm frightened to put myself out there. But at the same time, I will probably, if I believe in that person and I see beyond all the bullshit or deflecting, I will wait to see where it's going to end up. See, there's two sides of that coin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I do it. I just know.
Well, that's pretty impressive. I liked what you just said.
Well, I just know. I know what I know.
Yeah. You know, that's a lot of people out there kind of do it without realizing, without realizing that they're doing it. So you saying it that way, how can they trust themselves? These
Who
are
else
some
do
of
you
these.
have?
These, yeah.
Who else do you have but you? You have to, At some point in your life, trust your judgment, because you
But
have,
see, I remember a lot of people out there, though, they've gone through such awful things that, and they feel that everything, what about the person that feels as if every choice they've ever made were bad choices? How do you get to that person?
because they made the choices with the information they had at that time. They had no other choice. So it's not necessarily bad. It might not have turned out well, but they could not have done anything else differently, because either they didn't have the knowledge or the tools that were available to them to make any other choice. I don't believe that people make wrong choices on purpose. They make the choice with what they have available to them, whether they're 20, 30, 40, 50.
And that's how they can forgive themselves.
That's right. Now we have gone full circle around here.
Exactly. But you know what? It was necessary.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm looking at our Tom. I love these days with you.
We just solve the problems, don't we?
We really do. So, but did you like the visualization?
I did like it. I did like it.
You know, and
It's
you know,
hard for me to sit still for a
right?
minute.
But you can condense that into
Yeah.
like maybe 7 seconds. You go by, you see an accident, put gold light around them from your heart. Visualize that gold light right there.
Right.
And in your mind, you're knowing that whoever's in that accident somehow is feeling that light, because you're accessing God within them, and nothing but the highest and the best can take place.
Well, that's true.
Just hold it for 7 seconds. What I did is the long version that they need to know so that they feel comfortable with it, so that way when the need arises, they can use it.
True.
Do you think it'll help?
I do think if people do it and try it. I mean,
They have to do it every day.
well, if they get into the habit and take a moment, whether they're shaving or taking a shower or putting their makeup on, whatever, whoever, just put your mind there.
Yep.
You know, don't think about, okay, I've got this, this, and this. You already know you have this, this, and this.
Yeah. Oh, another thing before we finish, if they're wanting to use words, they can just decree divine orders in my life.
I've been doing that lately.
You know, it's like when it's at its worst and I start going divine order, divine order, divine orders in my life. You know, it's like all of a sudden I start getting that same tingle feeling because I'm asking to access God within.
Right.
Divine order. You're giving up your need to screw it up to a source higher than yourself, God. So I'd like to thank the audience for having been with us today and knowing that what was taught here today, I think will have a profound effect, not only on you, but those people that you're closest to and the earth. To my dear friend, I thank you for being here with me.
Of course. Where else would I be?
And not to forget, good night, Rosemary.
Oy vey.
Wherever you are.
You are so fakaka.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.